Well, hi there, friends. Welcome back to the Ohio and Pennsylvania, and welcome to this May 2025 update. As you could probably hear and see, there's been a lot of progress in the last 2 months, and I'm excited to share that with you guys some more. So, without further ado, we're going to move first to some of the updates throughout the month, and this locomotive parent won't be quiet, but and then I'll be back in a little bit with you guys. So I'll see you in a little bit. Hi there, friends. Welcome back to Ohio and Pennsylvania. Today is the 12th of April, and so I've made some good progress on the layout today. So last time we were working on this section of track, we got that all wired in. So that's pretty much ready to go. I fixed this one. This one is now ready to go as well. Let me get the camera focusing the right spot. So this one's ready to go now, and these are the wires down here for it. Today I did everything else. So there's all the track laid out. Now you can see there's some wires sticking up. Some wires did not survive the soldering process intact, so I'll have to go back and redo them. But most of these are working, so we got feeders for this block here. Because this switch, so this over to staging, that will be staging down there eventually. This will all be one block. This is a block here for this switch. Just this switch and this piece were originally going to be a block, but then I messed up because I forgot I can't drill here, so I had to add another piece onto the block. Not the end of the world. So that then connects here. Then this down to the what will be the end of that track down there by that switch. That'll eventually be installed. Well, I can zoom in. Down there eventually will be a switch that'll be on the next section, so that will connect into that track down there. So yeah, and then this is the last block here. This goes from here down there to where that track ends, if I zoom in. So again, that will eventually connect up to the switch on the next section of the layout. That'll mark the end of the yard, but for now, yeah. So each one I just finished testing all of them. All of them work except this one, but I think that's because one of the wires is too short. But everything else seems to be working fine. So yeah, it was a productive day here on the Ohio and Pennsylvania. We're pretty close to getting to track gluing for the first part, so pretty excited about that. So I'll keep you guys updated as we go there. All right, friends, welcome back to Ohio and Pennsylvania update video. So today we got some more progress done here. We've got, last time we got this first section glued, we had to repair one of the feeders, but now that's done and it's working, so that's good. But today we got the rest of the track for this first section done and glued down. So you can see now I've got weights on all those tracks. I'll give you a bit more bird's eye view. There you go. So, haven't finished everything yet. Still waiting for the next module to go in before we glue down the stuff at the end there. But otherwise, all the main line and siding is done. Then after that, we'll have the yard tracks that'll go in. But for the moment, we're doing wiring stuff, so... actually, underneath here, we just sketched out where
some of our stuff's gonna go. Got more of that to do, but that'll be an off-camera thing. So that's all for now. Making some good progress.
Hi there, friends. Welcome back to Ohio, Pennsylvania. This is an update for the end of April. So, last time I showed that we had this glued down. Well, now the rest of this section isn't all glued down as well. So, yeah, we're making pretty good progress there. So with that done, then we're moving on to a couple other things. First, we started drilling some holes tonight for feeders for the yard sections. So we've got some holes drilled for that. We'll start working on soldering that soon. Then we'll get those installed. We're going to get the yard lead down here. And then the switches all glued in place first. Make sure those are correct in place. And then we'll worry about getting the yard tracks in and soldered after that. And then under the layout, we started working on getting wiring stuff. So I got these circuit breakers installed. And then we also tried getting the Wagos installed underneath. We tried a less strong glue than we were originally going to do, but after trying to raise levers, it broke. So we're going to go back and use an epoxy, and hopefully that should hold them on there stronger, and then we can start doing wiring for this section here. So I hope you guys enjoyed that overview of the updates over the last month or so. But I've saved the biggest update for last. And that would be over the last couple weeks. I have managed to not only glue down the track and get the feeders in, but as you might be able to see just down here, I think it's out of frame. So you can see down here, we've started to get wiring in. And so I'll take you guys under the layout here in a second just so you can see all the wiring. But now that we've got that all hooked up, that means our bus is completely done. And so, at least for the main line and the siding here and Sherman Yard. And we've gotten track all the way glued up here to this yard ladder. So we're doing pretty good on that front. And as you could see in the beginning of the video, it works perfectly. This train ran fine over all the different blocks here that we have ready for block detection. So I'll show a little bit more operations later in the video, but for now, let's go take a look under the layout. Okay, so we're now under the layout, and you can see a little bit of the mess that's going on here. This is the main hub area, so we've got some ones over here. These are where all the power is coming out of the command station up here on this little platform. And eventually this will send power to the rest of the layout, so hence why there's a lot of connectors. Then each of these power districts has a circuit breaker. So these are not ones I've seen really talked about before. These are volt scooter electronics circuit breakers. And I've tested them and they do work. I probably have to amend the voltage they work at, but or amperage. But I found them online. They were a lot cheaper than buying PSXX ones. So I thought I'd give them a try, and so far they seem to work pretty good. So other than that, just kind of spreads out from here, and then wiring continues over here and then down the rest of the layout there for the main line, and we're going to be adding more for the yard as we go along. And then one other thing here, as I haven't really noted here before, these are block detectors. I'm planning to next install a LCC system, and we're going to use these for detecting trains and blocks to show up on a CTC panel. So you'll probably hear more about that next month. I'm hoping to get started on that a little bit here soon. But yeah, that's what the under the side layout looks like, and yeah, it seems to be working great so far. So okay there, friends. Well, I've got a lot of new rolling stock to show off for this month, but the first one's not a piece of rolling stock. It is a Dash 840 CM. While this is not exactly a new locomotive, I've had it for a little bit now. It is the first locomotive to wear Ohio and Pennsylvania reporting marks. Now this was patched in order to, because the OMP got these towards the end of, towards winter time, and they wanted to push them into service before all the snow started, because that was primarily the reason they got them, so hence why it's patched out instead of painted in colors for the Ohio and Pennsylvania. May it eventually get Ohio and Pennsylvania paint? Maybe, but not for now. So I also got a other new locomotive, CPKC painted Gevo, but I don't have that here right now, so this will have to suffice. So we'll go ahead and move up the train here. So next piece of rolling stock here is this. I'm going to turn off the locomotive. Next piece of rolling stock is this CSX railgun, 68-foot railgun. Walters had it on sale for $15, so I had to pick it up along with some other Walters cars. So, yeah, there's that one. I think I'm just going to slowly roll this by here. So the next two cars are both Home Shops cars from Exact Rail. They're Berwick appliance box cars. One lettered for Virginia and Ohio. Very much an inspiration to every freelancer. The other lettered for the Wyoming Valley and Western, which is a freelance regional covering portions of Pennsylvania. So yeah, they would actually kind of connect with the Ohio and Pennsylvania. So next we have the Davy Steel coil car. So that was another Home Shops model. My friend Jim is one of the inheritors of a lot of Davy Steel stuff from Jim Freetag. So that actually I have a personal connection to a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Continuing on, we have two of these hopper cars, AccuRail kits for the Cleveland, Sandusky, and Southern. These were for a regional convention last year here in Cleveland. And I finally got around to assembling them. So, yeah, I really like how that logo looks on the back of that car, so hence I'm keeping them. And working them into my freelance backstory. So they'll own all the lines west of Toledo before we purchase them in the early 90s. And then we expand western there. And the final car in the train here is another kit I finally got to assembling / repairing. Probably going to strip the logo off of there, but otherwise, yeah, just a general purpose freight car for use. So with that, that's the updates for rolling stock this month. Certainly a good bit, and there's actually a couple cars I didn't show here. I've got some business car train stuff now, but I'll wait until a future episode when I have that more done to show off. So to further show off the new locomotives I got, both my one letter for the Ohio and Pennsylvania and the new CPKC locomotive that will handle CSX run-through trains, I decided to bring them to a fun run my friend Terry was having on his Union Pacific layout. So enjoy seeing those locomotives there, as well as some of the other stuff that people brought.
flip them around so we can take you up and put
Oh,
them
that
on.
would have been a good idea.
When you get that down. Good? Yeah. Just shoot your picture.
I'm getting video, yeah. It's not every day you see Pennsylvania F units
Actually,
or E units pitching a Mikado.
I'm putting him in the siding so you can go by.
Just checking.
And then he's going to go back to Cheyenne after that.
Well, that brings us to the close of this May 2025 update. I hope you guys have enjoyed the content that I have for this month and all the updates. Certainly a lot of progress being made so far. A lot of big milestones hit. So over the next month or two, when I make my next update, hoping to get the tracks wired up and laid for Chardon Yard. Maybe also get into the engine terminal here at Chardon Yard, and we'll see what else I get into. Hopefully finishing up some locomotive projects and maybe even painting a locomotive for the new scheme. But we'll see from there. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.